That's what E3's for, is for ruining your schedule.
Yes.
Nothing going to plan.
How was E3 for you? Like,
It was, we'll put it this way. Recently, a friend of mine completed a 100-kilometer run, and he was telling me about the feelings he had during the 100-kilometer run, and how his feet would get sore, but he still had 30 kilometers to go, and how he was hating every day of it, and afterwards he thought it was awesome, but
Yep.
at the time he didn't. That's how I felt about E3. Now, it sounds really terrible when someone tells you about a massive physical exertion thing for you to say, oh, that was like this gaming conference where we got to sit down. Yeah, but it was really long hours. Like, there were bad things that happened. Like, okay, so it was... Should we get into the E3 event?
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
Okay,
want to hear it.
We arrive, and we've got our little room, which is in the meeting room area, so it's not for the public. No one's going to see it. And these meeting rooms are bare bones. They're boring. They're kind of like walls that are a bit dirty and that kind of stuff, right? You know, so it's made out of wall segments. So we sit there, and our room is completely empty. And we've got a couple of TVs coming. But what are they, going on the ground? Like, what are we going to do? We don't need tables.
Yeah.
So Nick and Jonathan and I have to sort this out. So we go to a local Target and spend $10 on like a folding table, and we need like a tablecloth on it so it doesn't look too terrible. And we're taking the boxes of the TVs and putting them on the ground for the TVs to go on, and it's looking really ghetto. So we figure we can fix this by getting some really colorful beanbags, and then there's kind of an area for the Xbox version where the journalists can chill out on some beanbags, and a slightly more like, you know, desktop PC environment over to the side with a laptop. So we send Nick on an errand of, hey, so seeing as you're here, you may as well help us go find some beanbags. And he goes, what? Where? And, you know, it eventually works it out. I don't know how you found beanbags in the evening in LA randomly, but you turned up with them. So we've got them at our hotel room, and we need to get them to the conference. The problem is the conference is closed at this point. Like, you know, it's like midnight. So I cross the road with nothing. Like, I'm carrying nothing with me because I expect to come back. And I say to the security guard, hi. So I'm an exhibitor, and I need to get a lot of stuff into the conference because it's starting tomorrow morning, and I want to do setup, and I'm worried tomorrow morning's going to be too late. Can I bring it in, please? And she says, you know what? A lot of people are in the same boat. And while we've been told to not let people in after midnight, realistically, people are coming in after midnight. So it's totally fine for you to get all of your stuff. And as long as I'm the security guard on duty, I'll wave you in and everyone's cool because, you know, you should be set up before the morning. So I say, I'll be back in 5 minutes. And she goes, good, I'm off for half an hour, so we're all fine. So I get the stuff, and I figure I can carry it all in one go. So, like, I think I dragged Jonathan along for this as well. But we figure... We've got 3 big beanbags, and they're heavy, plus bags of stuff like computer cables and a laptop and fact sheets and all sorts of heavy things that we need to take across, power supplies and keyboards and switches and all sorts of stuff. So we laden our stuff up so we can barely move. We kind of shuffle out of the hotel. Like, getting into the elevator with the stuff is difficult, and we have to shuffle through. Like, the people in the hotel are suddenly watching. Why are these guys carrying? And we're talking like really big, colorful beanbags.
Yeah, they were primary colors, bright, huge beanbags,
decent-sized ones because it's LA. So we get across the road, which is tricky because there's still traffic even though it's late at night and past midnight. We get to the front door and we're like barely able to move because of the stuff. We're really sore by that point. We get into the place with the security guard as she waves us in, and then we have to walk the like 800 meters through this convention center to get to the hall that we're in. So we go along the hall. We finally get there, and it's locked because like that part isn't open. So then we're like, okay, do we leave this stuff here? Well, obviously not, because it will be gone in the morning. Do we sleep outside here? Like, what's happening, right? So we have to like shuffle back, which takes another 25 minutes.
Oh my god!
Bleeding by the end of it, basically. So the problem is that now the stuff's in our hotel room, so we have to repeat the shuffle the following day with this 15,000 people outside lined up. Wearing Path of Exile shirts with very bright. So people are like, dude, that's the Path of Exile guy, take a photo. So I'm sitting there like trying to check Reddit throughout the day. You know, just to see when the dumb photos would appear. But thankfully it didn't.
It was, E3 is surprisingly physically exhausting. Because best case scenario, you're talking to journalists all day, every day.
And you weren't able to sit down.
Oh yeah, no, that was
because we ditched Nick at a separate booth to us because we were showing Path of Exile at both the Microsoft booth. They had the 4K version on the Xbox One X, and we had our own booth where we were showing the 4K PC one and a regular Xbox version. And so Jonathan and I were talking to journalists there while Nick manned the show floor. Sorry,
that's all right. That's what I was there for. It was just E3. When you picture E3, you picture like awesome new games, and new hardware, and
you imagine it from
it's like it sounds like Willy Wonka,
right? Where you're just going around and looking at everything, not being. You're not an Oompa Loompa. You don't imagine yourself as an Oompa Loompa,
right? But also, you kind of expect them to roll out the red carpet. Probably, you expect to be like, oh, just I'll pick a fresh game off the tree and taste it, like. But in reality, there's 2-hour queues for everything. Yep. Crowds everywhere. Grumpy security guards rather. Sweaty nerds who, honestly, guys. Take a shower before you go to E3.
I got a bear hug from behind while I was walking along, and I thought this was seconds of my life left. Right?
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Like, especially if I luckily am not very recognizable. But you're fairly high profile, Chris. At least higher profile than me. So you were getting stopped quite a lot, and yeah, it's pretty intense.